The crowd has been waiting for this one for a very long time. We're at Brooklyn Hall. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was gonna miss this.
Time for our tale of the tape. Here he comes, Deontay Wilder, 6'7" tall, with that massive 83-inch reach. The gentleman of boxing, Floyd Patterson, 6 foot tall, 172 pounds. Deontay Wilder, bronze bomber, one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history. His knockout percentage is off the chart. It's Floyd Patterson, a man that needs no...
This bout is scheduled for 12.
These two have been going at it, and now finally, they're about to go at it in the ring.
This is so intimidating. This is no small hall. This is no leisure center. This is one of those arenas where you have to fight or you're gonna be found wanting.
We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. And he just missed with that left jab. They exchange punches. That counter shot lands. He's got to keep his elbows tucked into the chest so he can avoid the pain of those body shots. But come on, that leaves more opportunities for headshots. He threw the hook, didn't land. We both covered thousands of boxing matches in our day, but I don't think I've ever been to a venue quite like this.
For a fighter walking into a theater, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Just misses with that big right hand. And wait a minute, a left hand lands. He gets out of the way of that left hand. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to brawl.
He misses with that jab. He parries that left jab away. Got out of the way of that right hook. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Do you believe what we are seeing? Got out of the way of that right hook. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
There's the bell to start round 3. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch.
You've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
He just misses with that jab. Right punch. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Neither man really defending themselves. Nice exchange here from both men. Back to life now, starting to land some punches. This round could go either way, 10 seconds to go. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
There's the bell for round 4. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
He fails to score with that left hook. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Nope, that hook won't score. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. This is certainly an aggressive fighter, but that doesn't always mean success. How many times have you seen a fighter chase a superior athlete around the ring and just get picked apart even though they were the one pushing the tempo?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Both men step back for just a moment. Just Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Look absolutely exhausted. What are you going to tell him in the corner?
He's gone. I'm telling you, he's gone. Jump up. Body in it. Be smart. Change your angle. Go out there and finish it. He's ready.
There's the bell to start round 5. And he misses with that jab. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That left hand misses. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
He misses with that jab. That right hook catching air. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What would you tell this guy if he's got to do something different?
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Great work. Look at him. He's absolutely knackered, mate. He's knackered. He's fine. Don't let him get that puncher. This is his stressing about his destiny, man. He's whacked.
On to the 6th round. These two fighters are made for one another. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
The right hook misses. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. They figure out the combination to this sink. Missing with that right hook. much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Nice job by him to block that jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Here comes round 7. He missed with that jab. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you gotta think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake. Good punch. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Just missed with that hook. What a punch. That one will count. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
I'm telling you, he's gone. Jump up. Body in head. Be smart. Change your angle. Go out there and finish it. He's ready.
And there's the bell for round 8. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Left hook doesn't find its target. This is a high-octane battle. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the...
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Good punch. Left punch. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecard. Fantastic punch. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
There's the bell for round 10. Nobody home with that hook. Give us a second to catch our breath. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Missed him with that uppercut. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. That jab doesn't find a home. He blocks that jab. About punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Lucky that hook didn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. He is down big time on the scores.
Looks absolutely exhausted. What a...
Let's start 11. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. That left scores. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. There's a right hand. One of these fighters is starting to run out of gas. What do you do as a fighter when you just don't have the energy?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Left hook just missed. Punch lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this.
Who thought we would have made it to 12? Fighters certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Jab misses. Miss with that jab. These two were made for each other. Nice exchanges from both men in this round. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round, because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
Final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Well, it's go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.